What's up, everybody? My name is Tanner, and welcome to another Knowledge of. Today's topic, the Battle of Fallen Timbers. Let's get straight into it. The Battle of Fallen Timbers was a battle in 1794 that took place in the Toledo region of Ohio. Now, the Battle of Fallen Timbers took place in 1794. That was between the Native Americans and U.S. troops. The U.S. troops were led by General Anthony Wayne, while the Native American allies included Chief Little Turtle of Miami, Chief Blue Jacket of Shawnee, and Chief Bakongahilas of Lenape. The battle was for control over the northwest region of Ohio, which included some parts of Michigan and Illinois. Now, before I get into the actual battle, I want to kind of discuss the different leaders that were a part of the battle and kind of where they originated from and how they got involved. Starting off with General Anthony Wayne. Wayne was born in 1745 in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Growing up, there was a lot of tension for the Native Americans because of the French and Indian War that happened throughout the northeastern North American regions. Wayne was always fascinated growing up with battles and stories he heard from that war. Now, by the time the Revolutionary War began between the U.S. colonies and England, Wayne was appointed by Congress to command the 4th Pennsylvania Battalion and given the rank of colonel. Although Wayne did not have any formal military training, he became one of the most notable officers in the Army. In 1783, Wayne had retired from the Army and moved to Georgia. He began a short career in politics, becoming the state's representative in Congress in 1790, but his seat was lost the following year because of election fraud. Wayne had a short-lived life in politics, but eventually went back into the military when the government reached out to him to handle the events that were happening in the Northwest Territory. Now, getting into Chief Little Turtle, he was born around 1747 in the Miami tribe, likely in what is now present-day Indiana. Little Turtle grew up during a period where his people were experiencing increasing pressure from European settlers and traders. Now, his father was a chief of a band of the Miami, which gave him kind of a prestigious lineage within the tribe. From an early age, Little Turtle was trained in the ways of war and diplomacy, skills that would later define his leadership. The Miami people were skilled hunters and traders, and Little Turtle's upbringing was marked by his deep connection to the land and his role in defending it. Little Turtle played a significant role in resisting U.S. expansion into the Northwest Territory during the late 18th century. He was known for his military prowess. He led native forces to major victories in the Northwest Indian War, including the devastating defeat of the U.S. Army at the Battle of Wabash, also known as St. Clair's defeat in 1791. His success in battle made him a key figure among the Native American coalition, defending their lands against the encroaching American settlers and military forces. Despite earlier victories, Little Turtle eventually recognized that continued warfare would lead to further losses for his people. He shifted towards diplomacy, helping negotiate the Treaty of Greenville in 1795, which ceded large portions of native land to the U.S., but secured some protections for the Miami. In his later years, he advocated for peaceful relations, worked to protect his people from destructive influences like alcohol, and promoted agricultural practices. Little Turtle's legacy endures as a symbol of both native resistance and pragmatic leadership. Before the battle, Little Turtle reportedly advised against engaging Wayne's forces, recognizing that the superior training and discipline of the U.S. troops gave them a much higher advantage. However, other tribal leaders, particularly Shawnee leader Blue Jacket, insisted on fighting. This battle marked the end of organized native resistance in the Northwest Territory and prompted Little Turtle to shift his strategy towards diplomacy. Moving on to Blue Jacket, he was a prominent Shawnee war chief known for his leadership in the Native American resistance against the encroachment of U.S. settlers during the late 18th century. He played a central role in forming the multi-tribal alliance between Shawnee, Miami, and Delaware, and other tribes to resist American expansion following the Revolutionary War. Blue Jacket is best remembered for his participation in the Northwest Indian War, where he sought to protect native lands from the U.S. settlers and soldiers. His leadership was crucial in several victories, just like Little Turtle, which also included the Battle of Wabash. Now, Chief Bakongahilas was a prominent leader of the Lenape. He was known for his wisdom, diplomatic skills, and warrior prowess. He played a crucial role in trying to unite native tribes in resistance against American expansion. He was deeply involved in the Northwest Indian War, where he allied with other tribes like the Shawnee, Miami, and Wyandot in a broad coalition to defend their lands. His resistance was fueled by growing tensions as European American settlers encroached on the Lenape territory, despite earlier treaties. One of the most affecting moments in his life came after the American Revolutionary War, when many Native American tribes were pressured to cede their lands. Known for his fiery speeches, Bakongahilas rejected the notion of submission and warned the dangers of trusting the American government. Despite his efforts, the Native American coalition was ultimately defeated, and the Treaty of Greenville in 1795 forced the tribe to cede much of their land in the Ohio Valley. However, Bakongahilas remained a symbol of Lenape resistance and a fierce protector of his people's sovereignty and way of life. Now jumping into the actual Battle of Fallen Timbers, it was fought on August 20th, 1794. It was a decisive confrontation between the U.S. and Confederation of Native American Tribes in the Northwest Territory. The conflict was a culmination of tensions following the American Revolution, as the U.S. sought to expand westward into lands claimed by the tribes. Native American troops, including the Shawnee, Miami, and Delaware, resisted this expansion with British support. General Anthony Wayne led the American forces, known as the Legion of the United States, against the Native Confederacy, which was commanded by the Miami chief Little Turtle and Shawnee leader Blue Jacket. The battle took place in forested area littered with fallen trees, a remnant of a recent storm, giving its site its name. Despite initial resistance, the Native forces were overwhelmed by Wayne's troops, who were better trained and equipped. The Confederacy had hoped for reinforcements from nearby British-held Fort Miami, but the British refused to intervene, leaving the Native fighters without crucial support. This led to a swift U.S. victory, which effectively ended major Native resistance in the region. The battle had far-reaching consequences for the future of Native American sovereignty in the Northwest Territory. In the aftermath, the Treaty of Greenville was signed in 1795, forcing the defeated tribes to cede large portions of Ohio and parts of Indiana to the United States. This opened up the region to increase American settlement and significantly weaken Native American power in the Old Northwest. The battle also marked a turning point in U.S.-British relations, as it demonstrated British reluctance to continue directly supporting Native resistance. Strategically, the Battle of Fallen Timbers played a key role in securing U.S. control over the territory that would become Ohio and other Midwestern states. It solidified American dominance in the region, curbing British influence and paving the way for westward expansion. General Wayne's victory also bolstered the reputation of the U.S. military, which had previously suffered defeats in the region. The battle thus stands as a critical moment in the early history of the United States, shaping the future of both Native American and U.S. relations in the decades that followed. Now, here's some extra knowledge for you. It is believed, or at least once was believed, that Chief Blue Jacket was originally a white man. He was believed to be a man named Marmaduke von Swearingen. This is kind of a more controversial and debated aspect of his life. According to this theory, von Swearingen, a young man of European descent born in Virginia around 1763, was captured by the Shawnee during a raid. Instead of being killed or sold into slavery, he was adopted by the tribe. The story goes that he was fully assimilated into Shawnee culture, eventually rising to the status of chief and taking on the name Blue Jacket. The claim was first popularized in the 19th century, but it faced skepticism from historians and Shawnee descendants alike, as oral histories within the Shawnee tradition assert that Blue Jacket was a native-born Shawnee. The controversy was reignited in the late 20th century when a 1988 book argued that the two men were indeed the same person. However, modern DNA testing conducted in 2006, comparing the descendants of Blue Jacket and von Swearingen, found no genetic link between the families. This scientific evidence has largely discredited the theory, reinforcing the likelihood that Blue Jacket was Shawnee by birth and not a European captive. But that is all I have for you today, guys. If you like this video, please like and share, and make sure you check out the other videos on my channel. On another note, I am thinking about doing another series where I show you how I come up with this information, how I do my research. It'd be a lot less formal. It would be me kind of talking to the camera and just kind of, rather than reading a script. So if you like that idea, let me know down in the comments. If you have any other topic ideas that you want me to discuss, again, also let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.